Hi there, Ninny here. Today we're going to normalize making ornaments for everyday decor. Join me as I create 3 shabby chic ornaments with birds and positive sentiments using these beautiful wet transfers from Joy Decor. So I'm going to be using 2 different wet transfers for this project. I have the one with the birds and the books, and then I have this one with the sentiments. Of course, the sentiments are backwards because they are wet transfers and they're going to be applied face down. But first we need to paint our ornaments. I'm going to be using Fusion Mineral Paint in the color Rose Water for the back of the ornaments. And on the front, I'm going to paint in Raw Silk, which is a beautiful off-white color. I'm going to use a sponge dauber to apply my paint as I prefer the finish, especially when working on these paper mache items. But you can go ahead and use a brush if that's what you prefer. Most wet transfers do benefit from being applied onto a white background or at least a very light background, but these dark colored sentiments can go on a little bit darker of a color and still be quite visible. So I am going to apply them onto the pink side, but I'm going to paint the front of the ornament white for where I'm going to put the pictures of the birds. I'm going to paint the edges of the ornaments at this stage as well, and this is where I really find that the sponge comes in handy versus a brush. Once the pink side is completely dry, it's time to paint the front of the ornaments. And again, I mentioned I'm using Fusion in the color Raw Silk, and again, applying it with a sponge dauber or pouncer. I really find that using the sponge makes it very easy to paint the fronts of these ornaments without getting any paint on the sides. Once both sides of the ornament are completely dry, we can go ahead and start applying our wet transfers. This might be a good time in the video to mention that all of the supplies that I use in this video can be found on our website, ninniesnapkins.com. First, I loosely cut out the images that I want to use from this transfer, and then afterwards I'm going to cut them a little bit closer. We carry many different designs of wet transfers, and on most of them, the images fit really well onto objects this size. So this ornament is 3.75 inches across, but they fit really well onto 4-inch coasters, other ornaments, or our little 3.5 by 3.5 inch shelf sitter blocks that we carry. Some of them do have slightly larger images, making them perfect for the mini cutting boards that we also carry. We would love to hear your ideas for what projects you could use wet transfers for. Just let us know in the comments below. Okay, so once you think you've picked out your images that you'd like to use, you can begin planning out your ornament. I'm going to keep these ones really simple with just a single wet transfer on the front and a single wet transfer sentiment on the back. But of course, you can embellish these further if you would like. Once I've made my selection, I'm going to go in and cut a little bit closer to remove some of that excess transfer. I just find that this makes for a cleaner look in the end. Now that my wet transfers are cut out and I've removed all the excess, I can go ahead and place them on the ornament. First, I remove the clear protective layer and then place them face down on the ornament. The transfer is quite sticky, so you'll want to avoid touching it with your fingers, but it really does help to keep it in place on your project. So now I have a little cup with some water and I'm just wetting a sponge pouncer again. I promise it's cleaner than it looks. But you can actually use any sponge for this step. I just like having the handle so I don't get my fingers wet. And I'm just applying a thorough amount of water. I'm going to go ahead and do all 3 ornaments at the same time. And what you'll notice is that the paper backing on the wet transfer looks totally wet and you can start to see the image through it. You don't want to have any dry spots, but it doesn't need to have water dripping all over the place either. Just make sure that your wet transfer is thoroughly soaked. I often just see if I can shift that backing a little bit. That's a sure sign that it is ready to be removed. And then if there are any bubbles or wrinkles, you can use that wet backing, which is actually quite slippery, to smooth them out. Work outwards from the center and resist the urge to touch it with your fingers. Allow your wet transfers to dry thoroughly. They should have a matte finish once they're totally dry. I would avoid using a heat gun or a heat tool on these as it may cause the wet transfers to bubble, but you could put a fan on it if you're feeling impatient. It really doesn't take very long to dry though. The final step is to apply a coat of Polyvine Decorator's varnish in whichever finish you prefer, satin, dead flat, or gloss. This will help both to protect your ornament from UV and dirt and fingerprints, but it's also going to eliminate some of the halo that's left around the wet transfer. It's not very obvious in this video, but if you look at the top ornament, you kind of can see it on the left side a little bit because the wet transfer is going to be just a little bit smoother and shinier than the paint that you applied. So by applying a varnish over the whole thing, it just unifies it all and makes the transition from wet transfer to paint a lot more seamless. Repeat these steps on the back of your ornament with the sentiment transfers that we've chosen, and the end result will look something like this. Who says ornaments are for Christmas only? I challenge you to help me normalize making ornaments for everyday decor that can be enjoyed year round. Thanks so much for watching, and just a quick reminder, this free tutorial is brought to you by ninniesnapkins.com.